All right, what's going on, Bulls Nation? So, as we know, we didn't do anything on the trade deadline, but buyout market, that's the Bulls' specialty. So, one name, Marcus Morris. So, how does he fit in? We're going to talk all about that right after this.
This is your home for all things Chicago Bulls. Join the conversation. You're listening to Chicago Bulls Nation.
All right, Bulls Nation. So we all know the Bulls stood pat and didn't do anything. That's not surprising. That's being reported even before it happened. So it is still, kind of upsetting, but I understand some of the rationale about it. I don't agree with it, but I understand where they're coming from. Again, I don't agree with it. I think you should me personally, I think you should step back so you can move forward, regardless if it's two second round picks for Andre Drummond, because let's be honest, Julian Phillips and Ayo Dosunmu are both second rounders, so there is talent to be had. As a matter of fact, I trust AK more to pick on the latter rounds because he seems to hit more on those, like Nikola Jokic and Ayo Dosunmu and maybe Julian Phillips. The last time he picked pretty high was Patrick Williams. So but that is behind us now. So now we're looking at the buyout market, and one of the names that I feel that would be fitting for the Bulls is Marcus Morris. He at least before getting a buyout is making 17 million. So that means he couldn't sign to a first apron team. That's just not going to happen. So that eliminates, I think, some of the first tier playoff team because of that rule. So now we're not a first apron team, but we're also not the best destination for these buyout candidates. So I don't know if he necessarily would go to the Bulls, but I think he'll be a perfect fit because of our, lack of depth in the power forward position. We all know Torrey Craig went down, and then all of a sudden Patrick Williams. So now, it might be a blessing in disguise because we are now using the twin towers of Nikola Vucevic and Andre Drummond to fill out that need. However, I would still want to have a decent four. Morris has the size 6'8", can guard, quicker forwards, or he can switch around. I don't necessarily know if he can guard the big guys like Giannis, but again, he does have the size. He can shoot threes if needed. He is also an enforcer, so he does have that mean streak, and God knows I would want to have somebody with a mean streak on Chicago. We had one last year in Patrick Beverley towards the end. He was kind of giving us that edge, when he gave the LeBron the too small sign and all that stuff. So, but Morris is one of those legit guys that is, the quote unquote last enforcers in the league. This group is generally a nice group. They don't have any mean bone in their body, but I feel like you need that agitator, kind of like him, Stewart, guys like that. To an extent, Patrick Beverley, but he's a small guy. So I've always wanted a guy that can stand up when shit goes down. And the last time we kind of quote unquote had this was Tristan Thompson, although he didn't really pan out well here because of his production, and he never really got into any scuffle or anything like that. But I just want to have a guy like that, and I think Marcus Morris would be a good fit in here, especially with how thin we are in the power forward slot, at least right now. When Patrick Williams comes back, maybe we can slide Torrey Craig at the 3 where I think he's more needed be. But I think Morris being here, if we can get him for if he agrees here, because God knows he can go much more. So if I was him, I'll go to Dallas, a team that I think is more capable of going deep in the playoff. I don't even know if we get Marcus Morris. I don't even know if he's going to start here right away. I don't know, because I think that belongs to Patrick Williams. Now, is he going to be the first power forward off the bench? That might go to Torrey Craig, So ideally, I want somebody like him, like I said, not just for his play, because this is a highlight from 2 years ago. He doesn't play like this anymore. But I just like the toughness that he brings. Like something that he would bring that is severely lacking from this Bulls iteration, this Bulls team since AK took over. we really don't have that guy, that goon. I mean, Andre Drummond is a physical, specimen. He would push you around, but he's not that guy that would scream at your face or kind of like get in confrontation if somebody would give a hard foul or somebody like that. And I always wanted a guy like that. I miss 90s basketball because of that, and I wish we could get somebody. If it's not Marcus Morris, I know he's not an enforcer, but he's a vet guy too. Thaddeus Young, I might make a video of him too, because I think we, at worst, as far as guards, we got Caruso, we got Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, and Javon Carter. So we don't need any more guards. Wings, I think Morris can play some wing. He can play some 3 if really needed. It's going to be a slow 3, but he could. He's 6'8". He does have the size. He does have the shooting. But I think he's more suitable for like I wouldn't even call him a small 4. Because 4s right now are that height anyway. But like I said, he will be my first buyout candidate if I have the choice. I know we have 1 slot on our roster. It could be 2 if we waive or release Terry Taylor, and that's possible. We do that, and then we can sign maybe Joe Harris or another shooter, because that's another need by the Bulls. But I would really love to see Marcus Morris here. Whether it's starting, bench, off the bench, third power forward, some form or capacity. I want him to be involved with the Bulls. But let me know in the comments down below, do you think this would be a good fit, or is he too volatile for the Bulls, that the Bulls would be kind of like, because he's known for being, this guy who gets technical fouls and all that stuff. So is he too much for the Bulls? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. I would really mean a lot for me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.